Today I'm talking about the winner mentality, how you can develop one no matter what, and also how you can achieve it without burnout and without hustling your butt off and without sacrificing everything you have in your life to get what you want. Today we're talking about how you become a winner instantly using these 4 power principles. Hey, it's Jesse Eker, founder of Build Your Brand Online, and today I'm talking about how you become a winner so that you can consistently make progress towards achieving the things that you truly want in your life. And I'm talking about the 4 power principles that you can use starting today. Anyone, anywhere in the world can start using this. It's all about you and what you can do so that you actually become the winner you want to be. See, the point of becoming the winner is the confidence that you get when you win. When you win, you do tend to breed confidence. When you don't do as well as you want, you tend to, look at that as like, hey, it might start to doubt yourself. You start to get your ego involved. So our goal is to put you in circumstances so you win more often. And so, your big goal, whatever that is, might not be the final destination. What we're looking at is how do we take steps so that we ensure that you are winning consistently, so that you're consistently making progress, because that's what we're after. We're after you making progress. We're not after you achieving these unbelievably big goals. Now, can you and will you? Yeah, you definitely will with these power principles, but don't think about that outcome. Think about what we're gonna be talking about right now. So let's talk about the first thing. The first thing is about your specific day. You need to win that day. Every single day is different. You only have one life to live. So you gotta think about every single day, how do I win this day? What do I need to do to win this day? And I want you to even take it a step farther. Instead of just winning the day, why don't you win the task that you're at? So right now I'm making this video, I wanna win this task. I wanna perform at this task. I wanna do the best I possibly can and not just get through it. I wanna win it. I wanna win at it, and I want to be coming off in a way that's going to be, attractive to you watching it and engaging and exciting, and I wanna make a badass damn video. And that's how I'm approaching this video today, is I gotta win this task, not just get through it and get off my plate. If we can, go after it like we are performing and we're like practicing for this performance of, hey, this is going to be the game time of what we're going at. We need to win every single second that we get an opportunity to. And every single task that you do in your day, any activity for your business, you have an opportunity to win at it, coast through it, or kind of lose at it. Losing at it means you kind of get taken out and you're like, I don't want to do this, and you procrastinate it. Coast through it is you're doing it, but you're doing it half-assed. And winning it is like, I freaking crushed that. Win your task, win your day. Every single day is a new day for you to come back. And all you need to think about is, how do I, like they say, become 1% better than I was yesterday? Can I be at 1% better at communication? Can I be 1% better at my motivation? Can I be 1% better at my energy? Can I be 1% better as a leader? Can I be 1% better as a CEO? What do you need to do to become 1% better every single day so that you win your tasks more often, build that confidence, and you know where you're going? Number 2, this one is actually kind of different than what most people talk about. They're like, love the process. You gotta fall in love with the process. What I'm here to say is that the process sucks sometimes. You don't have to love it. You really don't have to love the process. What you do need to love and become obsessed with is the outcome of that specific process that you're doing. So you know that when you do that process, whether it's fun or not fun, you're going to get this specific feeling that you've accomplished this specific outcome. I'll use an example of someone that I heard on a podcast recently, and she was talking about that she doesn't love going to the gym for 12 hours. She doesn't love doing the rower for 6 hours. She doesn't love it. What she does love is what it feels like after she did it, after she's put in the energy, after she's put in the effort, after she knows that she gave it her all during the process. So if you're doing stuff that you don't love, you don't have to love what you're doing right now. What you need to be focusing on is loving what it feels like after you crush it. And also you need to be focusing on getting so good at what you're doing so that you can elevate what you're doing eventually, so you can put someone else to do it for you. As the CEO and business owner, you have this amazing opportunity to elevate your work continuously and have leaders and other smart people take over what you're doing. So you don't have to feel stuck. Like, you're not the athlete. You don't need to necessarily be there. You don't need to be the star. You can set your business up for yourself to work for you instead of needing you to work in it to make it succeed. And so you have this opportunity to really, really get obsessed with loving the part of the outcome that the process brings. Now, I'm not talking about the actual outcomes that we can't control, like the process is gonna lead to making $1 million. I'm not saying become obsessed with the $1 million. I'm saying become obsessed with the feeling of what it feels like to accomplish a task at a really high level. What is that feeling? Like when you crush something, when you do something really well, when you know you were in the flow of what you were doing. Get obsessed with that feeling. Get in line with that feeling. Feel that feeling and go after that feeling. Work through that, fear. Get in love with that process of that feeling. You don't necessarily have to love the process of what you're doing, all right? So for some of you guys, you're sending direct messages to people, you're reaching out to people, you don't like doing it. You don't have to like doing it, but you need to do it to get the results you want. So what you need to do is love that feeling, the outcome, after you're doing the process. You don't necessarily need to love the process though, but this is what's gonna get you the winning mentality. Okay, number 3, power principle. This one is gonna be a big one, and it's for most people that seem to be working way more, like they're burnt out or overwhelmed, they're working way more than they really need to. Listen, here's the deal, your capacity of what you can actually do, your willpower and your high leverage of your performance, you only have a finite amount of time that you can actually perform at your highest, right? So if you're working 14-hour days or 12-hour days continuously, you're just not gonna be putting in the right energy every single hour of those days. And so what are you doing during those 12 hours that you can't get your shit together so that you can actually start to, validate what you're doing, prove what you're doing, and then also delegate some of the stuff away from what you're doing. You're just trying to control everything else, right? You're trying to get something off the road. Now, the next principle is a little contradicting to this, but I want you to think about what I'm talking about here. I just had a daughter, and she came 3 weeks early. And I wasn't fully prepared for her to come. And so what's going on is, I operate the business. I'm in the business still. I'm needed in the business. I'm still working in the business. And so when me and my wife were thinking about the business of how are we gonna plan this? Because she came early, we said, I started going through my tasks. I started going through the things I need to do on a weekly basis, monthly basis, plans coming up, projects I'm working on, and delivery and fulfillment that I have going on. I said, how much is this gonna take me on a per week basis? And what can I do where I'm not dragging myself into the ground, but also making sure that I'm available as a dad, as a husband, and as a support system for my family. And so we came up with about 5 hours per day. Normally I'm about 8 hours or 8 or 9 hours, give or take. And then if I have to work nights, I have to work nights sometimes. And I'll talk about that in the next power principle. But what's really important is that the 5 hours. And so the power principle here is that during this 5 hours, I am fully 100% focused. I'm not going on social media. I am not talking to the team. I have an actual window of opportunity to talk to the team. It's like an open communication block where my team can talk to me. I'm gonna be 100% focused on the work that I'm doing, and I have to be productive and committed to that block of time because that's what I got. It's the boundaries that I'm creating. It's a deadline basically squeezing me in to get everything done here. And so what I'm doing is I'm forcing myself to get everything done that I need to do to still operate on a multi-million-dollar business, still operate at the high level, still operate at levels where people will wish they could be at. And so I'm doing that and I'm squeezing myself in so I can be super productive. And that's what you gotta be doing too, is you gotta be fully committed and focused to results that you wanna get in your business. Focus to what you're doing. Because if you're not 100% focused and you're multitasking, you're doing all this other stuff and you have no system to how you are approaching your day based off the impact that's creating in your business and the effort that you're putting into it. So if you're putting a ton of effort and it has no impact, why are you doing it? So you gotta start to really dial in what you're doing, why you're doing it, and how you can perform at your highest level. And so your principle is you gotta be fully focused, 100% focused on what you're doing and committed to that blocks or those blocks of time where you are winning as far as winning your time and winning your day. So that's power principle number 3. Power principle number 4. This one's about being tough. Like, we need to understand, like, you can't be taken out so easily. And so one of the easiest ways people are taken out, there's 2. The first one is from what other people say. You know, what other people are saying, what other people are commenting, people chirping about like what they think, their opinions about it, when it has no relatability to you in your life, and they're not living in your shoes. And so you get taken out and take things personally from people who don't even know you, understand you, or not you at all. If they're not paying your bills, if they're not the person who is putting food on your table, if they're not the person who is like actually supplying and supporting you in your life, then who the hell are they to say anything? They have their own bias, their own opinion, their own experiences. You cannot take what other people say personally. You need to be mentally tough to understand that they have their own stuff going on and you need to focus on your stuff. And so mentally being able to win those conversations of, hey, that person is doing their own, has their own story of what's going on, has their own experiences. And my mentality is I'm still focused on my vision of what I want to do. And I'm not going to let that bring me down, sway me off my path. Because the people who don't let it sway them off their path succeed. The people who do, they hold themselves back. So that's number 1. Number 2 is your mood. Your internal being, your way of you showing up, whether you are in the mood to do something, whether you're not in the mood to do something, whether you want to do something or don't want to do something, whether you're feeling resistance towards something, and whether you are just, having fear or sabotaging yourself when you're doing it. You need to create that whatever it takes mentality for when you do things, you need to do it no matter how you're feeling. So I talked about before that, the power principle number 3 is be fully focused and committed to the space that you create. That being said, you need to be a whatever it takes person. So if you need to work longer and you need to put things on to the side where you have to go out of your boundaries, do what you need to do in that moment and get back on track. But you need to show up for yourself. You need to do whatever it takes to do that. And so the attitude of doing whatever it takes is extremely important for you to have so that you can succeed to the highest levels versus people who feel something and then they back off. They feel something and then they just go do something else. They don't think they do as well, or they don't do as well as they want, and then they think that they're just not good enough. You need to do whatever it takes to become good enough. So those are the 4 power principles. Freaking love this type of topic. And let me know what you think as well. If you think, give me some likes. I really appreciate that. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to it. I'd love to have you. If you think that you know someone who could benefit from this, please share this video with them. And also, what really excites me is I get to see your comments below. So go ahead, comment below. Tell me what you're thinking. What's stood out for you? How are you gonna take something away from this and put it into action so that you develop and become that winner you're meant to be. Again, my name is Jesse Eker. It's great to see you here. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. It's an honor to see you learn and grow, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.